Okay, let's start with this. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to see the questions which most people ask, right? So hopefully at the end of the session, uh, you understand what's going on and more about the terahertz technology and the iTeraCare devices. All right, so let's start. Okay, the first question. Before that, in this session, we will be discussing the most frequently asked questions which members want to know. Now, the first question, you have always started, this is the questions people ask, this is how they ask. You have always started all your talk or Zoom sessions by first reading out the company disclaimers. Can you please explain why is that and how important is it? So if you see here, this is the company disclaimer. So if you see, the most important things which you should note here is that first of all, the iTeraCare devices are not are not registered as a medical device or under any medical body. This is the thing which we need to understand very well. It is registered as a hot air blower. Now, one reason, or we can say why the company would have done this, is because if you register it as a medical device or under a medical body, so now you still have to go to the doctor to get your treatment. Now, when you register as a hot air blower, now everybody can use. You can use, all right? But there are things which come with that. For example, you cannot claim what the doctors claim, all right? Because it's not registered as a medical device. For example, you cannot say that it cures diseases or illnesses such as cancer, diabetes, and all that, all right? And also, you cannot introduce it as a device which augments a therapy or a drug. Okay. And when you put up this, now people like to go on social media, and when you start saying this and that, so I mean, we don't want you to get into trouble. So what we tell you is, do not claim things which, people may not, which is against the rules and the local government laws, right? So we are tied by that, okay? So you can say, like, for example, it is recovering, it is helping, stay away from trouble. Okay. Now, it does what it does, you do what you do, but you do not claim which medical device or under a medical body. All right. So these disclaimers are there so that our members do not get into trouble. So that's why we put this. Okay. So now, if you wish to still put something on social media, so probably you want to put something which has happened to you. You're telling what happened to you after using this. That's a totally different thing. But when you say that this happened to this person and that person, then you can get into trouble. All right. So please stay away from trouble. That's the idea of having the company disclaimers. All right. The next question. How many iTeraCare models are there presently? Now, there are three models basically. Now, the first one is the iTera Pro. Soon we'll be having the Pro Plus. It'll be out very soon. It's expected to come out probably in January, all right, hopefully. And then we have the Premium Plus, which is replacing the Premium. And we have the iTera Classic. So basically, we have three models, all right? So it depends on your budget. It depends on what you're looking at. All right. Now, where can I get these devices? This is another question people ask. Okay, once they look at this, they're asking me where can we get. Now, presently, we have more than 80 branches and country or state stockists all around the world. So you need to look up where is the nearest branch or stockist, which is to you, and you can get it from them. Now, if you still have problems, like for example, in Europe, there's a branch, branch in Poland, in Warsaw, and like in Malaysia, we have one in Sabah, Sarawak, we have in JB, Johor Bahru, we have in Penang, and headquarters is in Kuala Lumpur. All right. So look up the nearest stockists or branches, and you can get it from them. Now, the next question is, I have asked this question many times, but for the benefit of our new members, what is terahertz energy? So we've been talking about this many times, but for the benefit of new members, we shall talk about the terahertz energy. Now, first of all, we look at the electromagnetic spectrum. Now, if you look at this, it is between the microwaves and the infrared. So it is one of the frequencies on the electromagnetic spectrum. And it is right in the center between photonics and electronics. All right. So this is where it is. And this is, if you look at it about 30 years ago, this was quite empty. People were calling this sub-millimeter waves. They were calling it far infrared. But today it has a permanent place and is known as terahertz energy, right? Okay, the next question. Or let's just go a little bit more. Now, electromagnetic radiation, this terahertz frequency is in the electromagnetic radiation in the frequency range from roughly 0.1 terahertz to 10 terahertz and is corresponding to wavelengths from 3 millimeters down to 30 micrometers. And such frequencies are higher than those of microwaves, but lower than those of infrared light, right? Okay, the next question. I've heard about infrared, but not terahertz. So many people know about infrared. So they want to know what is the difference between terahertz and infrared, right? So, you go for rehab and then you see something red, which is put on you. So basically that is infrared, right? So now the terahertz waves, first of all, if you look at this here, right? Again, they are between microwave and infrared. And what they have is, number one, lower frequency, right? So when they have lower frequency, they are beneficial to health. If you look at studies done, they all tell you that at lower frequency, they're helping with health. The next one is it has a longer wavelength and it has lower quantum energy and it has lesser heating issues, which means basically it doesn't damage your skin, right? Okay, now the next question is, what are the benefits of terahertz compared to other electromagnetic wave bands? Now, first of all, let me explain that the terahertz frequency is the only frequency which works at the molecular or the cellular level, which means that it is directly helping you at that level in your body. Whereas the other frequencies, they work in different ways. Now, for example, if you're talking about radio frequency, they're helping with communication. You're talking about X-ray, they're helping with imaging. All right. So let's look at this. First of all, it is harmless but powerful. People are already using it in airports to scan. It is better than the X-rays, which are more dangerous. Whereas this is harmless and powerful. And when you use it for health, all right, for yourself, it is harmless, but it does lots of things. Now, the second thing is it can penetrate most organic substances. It penetrates cloth, it penetrates paper, penetrates plastic, it penetrates glass. So even with those, it still works. So if you do not want the heat, let's say you have a classic, right? You don't have something where you can control the without heat, all right? So what you can do is you can use a glass sheet, even a cloth, and it cuts off the heat to what you want. All right. So that's what it means. Now, the other thing is it's absorbed by water. So that's why we tell people drink before and drink after because it absorbs and starts working in your body. Okay. The next thing is it's the future of medicine. All right. Now, everything, if you look at Mehmet Oz, what he has said is when everything else, you have tried everything else, finally you come to frequency medicine, right? And even Albert Einstein has said frequency medicine is the future of medicine, right? Future medicine. Okay. So now, on top of that, it's harmless, as I said just now, it's harmless but powerful. More and more research is now being done. People are looking at it because they find that it is helping people and they want to know more about it. And most of the studies are showing that at low frequencies, they're beneficial to health. And so far, no one has given any negative testimonies. And terahertz radiation is non-ionizing. What it means is it does not, what do you call that, damage your tissues, especially at the molecular and cellular levels. And it does not steal the electrons. When you steal the electrons, then you have another problem where they become free radicals. And that is why people take a lot of antioxidants. So now this does not do that. Okay. Now, we never claim to be able to treat or cure or heal patients or individuals when we use this frequency because, as I said, it is registered as a hot air blower. So now, with that having been said, it is helping lots of people all around the world to deal with their issues, and they are definitely uh, coming back to us and telling us that, thank you so much for having introduced this because now I'm so much better. And only doctors and licensed medical professionals are allowed to lay claim to treat and cure and heal patients. So we do not say we treat or cure. We only say, we're helping them to recover, okay, and get better. Okay, so I'm repeating this so that we don't make the mistake. Okay, and the iTeraCare blower is a therapeutic device and helps with natural healing, focusing on meridian, chakra, acupuncture, anatomic, and reflexology points. Now, normally what people do is they take it separately, so they have treatments or therapy separately. Now, some people work on the meridian, some people work on the chakra, some people work on acupuncture. Now, with this device, you can do everything, whatever you need, with just one device, right? Okay. Now, the next question. How many times do I need to blow in a day? Now, normally once a day is already good enough. If you have the time, you can even do even 3 times in a day, but I would recommend not to. Now, normally what if you do is once you have done the therapy, give about 4 hours before you do the next therapy, right? But sometimes what happens is, especially for people who are chronic, this device starts working on them, and there's something called a healing reaction. So if you do too much too soon, the healing reaction kicks off very fast. So it starts working on them, and they sometimes cannot handle it. All right, it might give, reactions like pain, itching, burning sensations. So start with once a day. It's already good. It's already working on you. Once they are comfortable with it, then you can go on to 2 or even 3 if you want to, right? The important thing is you give about 4 hours in between each treatment. The next question, how long can the iTeraCare blower last? Okay, first of all, the blower is expected to last at least 5 years if you handle it with care. Okay, next thing is it comes with a 1 or 2 year warranty depending on the model. Now, I need to say another thing. Lots of people, what they're doing is they're looking online. The moment you tell them about this device, they're already Googling it. I'm sure you have faced the same thing. And then they're telling you, hey, I see this online, which is so much cheaper. It's only a couple of hundred USD, or even just about, if you are talking in Malaysia, ringgit Malaysia, all right? So then they tell you, so why should I not buy that device? Now, what I normally tell them is, we live in a democratic country. Please do so if you want to. But if anything comes up, please do not come back to me. Because you know why? They don't realize that this device from Prive International, the tube is where the secret is, right? The tube. Okay. Now what happens is you get the elements from rare earth, minerals, and crystals, right? They're all melted at very high temperatures, and then they form the tube. So even before you switch on the device, the tube is already working for you. It's already generating terahertz energy. Now, if you buy those which are online or which they offer cheap, what they are doing is they're giving you glass with a chip attached to it. So you just do not know what is going to happen to you and how they are calibrated, right? So stick to something which has been tested, patented by the Beijing Academy of Science, and people do not have complaints. Now this is your life, your health, right? You just a little bit more is going to help you a long time. Going to help your family. In English, they say, penny wise, pound foolish. You think that it's cheaper outside there, and then it hurts you, right? And then you're going to get even worse. So we do not want that to happen to you. Okay. So the next thing is make sure to register your warranty in your back office upon receiving your product, because then the warranty, if anything goes wrong, okay, if it's a manufacturing defect, then the company will do something to you. Either they will repair or replace. But if it's your fault, then probably you have to pay a little bit. Now, for example, if the tube inside breaks, right? So definitely it's not the company's fault. Probably you have carelessly dropped it. So you may have to pay for the tube. And you might be wondering also what happens after the 1 or 2 years warranty. Now, after the 1 or 2 years warranty, if something goes wrong, you can still go and send it to the company and they will still repair or replace for you, but there will be a cost. All right. Many people will agree with me that their devices which they bought in 2021. Okay, that's about 4 years ago, and when they had problems, when they sent it to the company replaced with a new product for a little bit additional cost. So you're getting a new product because when they do not have the parts, they give you a new product with just a little bit additional cost. All right. So the company definitely is going to help you. Okay, the next thing is if you somehow miss the dates, you have to contact the company by sending a note to your back office to customer service and they will help you. Now, this is not only about warranty, but the customer service also will answer all your questions, whatever you need to know. Okay, so we have a team of customer service people here, a staff who will definitely help you. Okay, the next question is, iTeraCare is made in China. Will there be any quality issues? Right? This is another question people ask. Now, iTeraCare is contracted with a reputable manufacturer, Deshang, and is certified by the Chinese Academy of Sciences and Sinochem. Their product is also patented, and their reputation is at stake if something goes wrong. And just for your information, the company Deshang, the owner is our scientist, Mr. Yang Wengjun, Professor Yang Wengjun, who owns Deshang. So it's manufactured there. And last year, 2024, early last year, Prive became a partner with Deshang, and the first product they produced was the Premium Plus. All right. So now Prive is also a manufacturer, and they have a say in how they want their products, how it is to be designed. And we have experts, right? One of our experts who is a mechanical engineer, who's definitely he knows inside out about it, and he gives the input to the manufacturers so that the design and the performance is according to what Prive wants. Right. So the next thing is, in spite of stringent quality control, we have to accept that some may turn up to be faulty, which is normally accepted rule is about 3%. Any electronic and electrical devices, they have this standard where 3% are expected. So if you happen to be in that, please immediately inform the company. They know what to do. All right. And Prive International will look into or replace each and every device which is a result of the manufacturer's fault. All right. So don't worry. You are safe with us. The next thing is send the device back to the company with a note stating your details, especially your name and phone number, return address, user ID, and what is the problem with the blower. it'll be immediately duly looked into, and the person from the logistics will be calling you and telling you what is the problem and how you want it done. And the next thing you know, once it's done, they're already shipping it to you, they're couriering it to you. All right. So that's how it works. Now, the next question is, when is the best time to use the blower? Daytime or nighttime? So people get worried, huh? Now, when shall I use this? Now, the important thing is you can blow anytime you want, day or night. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is, most important is you do not rush. You find the time for yourself. Now, what it means is, like in the morning, if you're rushing to work and then you're trying to blow, no, I wouldn't advise you to do during those times. When you come back, you relax, you have had your shower, and then probably you want to take some time to blow. So that will be a good time. So it doesn't matter. Maybe the weekend, you're free in the morning, right? So you probably went for a walk, you come back, and then you want to blow. You have the time. Enjoy the blowing, right? And it works even better. And other more important issues are, do not drink anything cold after treatment or shower 4 hours after treatment. Even better is if you shower, then you blow, right? You do the therapy for yourself. Okay, the next question. Any side effects if we overblow? Okay, this is one question many people are worried. Basically, it doesn't give you the side effects. People have even used for 50 minutes, 1 hour with no side effects except improvements. But having said that, 20 to 30 minutes will be just good, all right? Depending on the severity or how chronic the problem is. So even just 20 minutes therapy, blowing, is good enough. It's already going to work for you. Anything more, suit yourself, make yourself happy. All right? Okay. Now, give the body time to recover, especially if you have a chronic problem. So, you see, especially if you have a chronic problem, what you do is you blow for about 20 minutes. And if you want to go a little bit more, maybe 30, then let the body, what do you call that, recover. So, what it does is it goes up one step higher. Then after 4 hours, when you blow, it has already improved a little bit. It's already doing some things inside. So you're going to the next level. It's not like, you keep blowing all through for longer duration and then you're going to see effects. The body has to be given time to recover. And then you go on to the next level. All right? So that will be a good way of doing things. Now, the next question is, what is the minimum age to use iTeraCare? Anybody can make a guess? Minimum age? Actually, there's no minimum age. People are using it even for infants, even for elderly people. All right? So, from infants right up to the elderly are enjoying using the blower. All right? So, do not worry. It's just that be careful of the amount of heat because infants, babies, they do not how to say. And elderly people, sometimes if they have diabetes, the heat, the receptors might be not working too good, and they do not feel the heat, but it can be too hot for them. So you just only worry about it. Okay. The next thing is, how long can I use the blower each time? This is a good question. Uh, how long do you think you should be using each time? Right? We suggest not more than 40 minutes. Okay, this is our suggestion. Even 20 minutes is already good enough for you. Okay, so 20 to 30 minutes will be just fine. It's already good. But if you really need to go longer, it's entirely up to you. Okay, but we suggest do not go beyond that. All right. The older versions may not have an auto cutoff switch. As such, after each time using, let it cool a bit. Once it's cool, you can use it again. The newer versions come with auto cutoff. Okay? So, but if you keep to the 20, 30 minutes and then you stop and then you rest for a while, maybe 5 minutes, and then you start again, that's going to be fantastic. Okay? And ideally use for 20 to 30 minutes. Stop, let it cool, then use again. And you should be fine. And the machine is going to last long for you. Okay, but with the iTeraCare Premium and Pro, all right, iTera Premium and Pro, you can use for longer hours without much problems, but still you would want to use for about 20-30 minutes. The Premium Plus stops after 30 minutes. Okay, and it's designed in such a way that at 30 minutes it gives a long beep and then it stops. And the new Pro Plus, which is coming soon, is designed to stop after 40 minutes, right? So the moment it stops, you can immediately start again for the Pro Plus. All right. The next thing is, since iTeraCare is so good, do I need to still take supplements or health food? Now, what do you think? You need to take or not? Yes, if you answer that you still need to take, then you are right. Because you know why? When you use the iTeraCare devices, you work on one aspect of your health. You're getting your cells, your molecules in the body to start working, to do what they're supposed to do. But you still need the nutrition, right? There are also other aspects like nutrition. You still need exercise. You still need rest. And then you still need to sleep, all right? So these are some of the things, but definitely you still need especially nutrition. So this is one aspect where it gets you working and it helps. They all go in hand to together, hand in hand. Okay, the blower works on the therapeutic level, whereas the supplements and healthy food help with the nutritional aspect. So you still need the nutrition. Okay, so the next thing is, after using and solving my problem, do I still need to continue using the blower? Now, this is another question which many people ask. Now I have come, okay, I'm okay now. Now do I still need to continue? What do you think? You need to continue or can you stop? It's entirely your decision. But what's happening is, just as we eat and drink daily to maintain our health, blowing daily maintains what you have helped recover. All right? That means that you have come to a stage where you have recovered. You do not want to go back to where you were. So to maintain that, to stay at that level, then you blow. So it maintains at that level. Okay? Now, if the body could solve the problem by itself, you do not need the blower. So apparently something is not working in you, and the blower has changed that, has brought you to a different state, and to maintain that, you continue blowing, right? So please continue. Do not stop. So when you stop blowing, the body might try to revert to its old condition unless your body is able to maintain what it has achieved without having to use the iTeraCare device. Right? So we do not know what is happening, why it is doing that. Uh, Actually, there are a number of reasons. Normally, during my training, I explain. But for now, blow and maintain that health. Okay. Now, how many times do I need to blow to see results? This is another popular question. People, being people, they want to see something happening fast. But you need to understand that most of the complications, they don't come overnight. It's not like yesterday, last month, or last year. It gathers along the way over years, and then you have this problem. And then what people want to see is the moment they blow, it disappears. And it doesn't work that way. You will see some changes, but when you continue blowing consistently, it starts clearing everything. So if you ask me, some people start seeing results even after the first time. If you keep to the 20 to 30 minutes blowing, you will see some changes. But if you have a chronic problem, definitely you need to blow more sessions. And it can be anywhere from 5 to 10 times, which will be good to see good results. Okay. If you're diabetic, what I see is it takes about 3 to 6 months of consistent blowing to see some very good results, right? So, some people after blowing for a month, they say, I don't see much and all that, because your body is still clearing, it's taking its time. You have done so much harm, now it's trying to reverse that. So give yourself 3 to 6 months, you will see good changes. right? And it all depends on how chronic the problem is, your body condition and general health. So it works differently for different people. Now the next question is, hair dryer is blowing out hot air too. So is this blower the same as a hair dryer? Because many people look at the device as a hair dryer. Hey, it looks like a hair dryer. So what is different from a hair dryer? That's what they want to know. Okay, so the hair dryer only gives you hot air. Now here, the difference is that this device also blows terahertz energy and gives a target light, the blue light, showing where you're pointing to, where you're targeting. So that's the main difference besides the hot air. Okay. In fact, ladies are using the iTeraCare blower to blow their scalp and hair and finding their scalp and hair getting stronger and also the hair getting thicker. They also notice less hair fall. All right. So people are discarding their what do you call it, traditional hair dryers and are replacing with this blower as their hair dryer. It not only dries their hair but making them healthier. Okay, imagine every time you blow on your scalp, your brains are also benefiting from there. You have more clarity, you sleep better. Okay, it functions better. Okay, right. The next thing is continuous use of the normal hair dryer might in fact cause further damage in the long term. So the traditional hair dryers, they have a certain amount of radiation, and people don't realize that in the long run, it does more damage to them than good. Okay? Now, the next question, how to prove there is energy when you use the blower? Now, this is a very difficult question to answer because presently we don't really have the test equipment. The test equipments are with the manufacturers in certain countries. They're very expensive. The last I went round to see if I can get something cheap, the cheapest I could find was USD 50,000, and they needed to be ordered from the US and you had to pay upfront, right? So presently only the manufacturers are having a testing device. So now what you can do is, okay, as I said just now, the cheapest device in the market presently is in the region of USD 50,000 and above. So what you can do is, for our purpose, just do the simple energy test. Okay. Now you look in YouTube. I put a YouTube there on how to do the test. All right. So you can just do that test first of all to see whether there is energy. Secondly, to see whether the blower is still working. All right, and you will know. Okay. You don't even have to switch on the blower. Just holding it will show you. Okay. Next thing is, recently we were told that a new version of the iTera Pro is going to come into the market, the iTera Pro Plus. Now, could you kindly explain a little about this for the benefit of our members? As I said, the iTera Pro is coming out very soon. People are looking forward to it. Many people are already booking the device. Some know what it does, many still do not know. So here we shall look into what the iTera Pro Plus does and how it is different from all the other devices. Okay, so we have seen this. Huh? Okay, sorry about the question. All right. Now, the Pro Plus is going to be a fantastic device, right? It's going to be fantastic. Many of you are going to want to have one, and those who are having the Pro will want to also have the Pro Plus. Now, what it does is the controls will be all digital and in mold, which means that it looks very good, something like the Bio, right? Everything is in mold, and then to avoid accidental touch, so they made it such a way that you have to press for 2 seconds to activate the controls. All right, touch screens, and they have intelligent touch screen display. So if you just touch it, it's not going to work. You have to keep pressing it for about 2 seconds so that there's no accidental touch activation. So it has that. And then it will also have negative ions. Imagine having negative ions 200 million per cubic meter. Huh? negative ions. That's way above the minimum requirement. For health reasons, research done is showing that minimum of 50,000 negative ions is helping with health. I imagine you're getting 200 million every time you use this. And the motor is more powerful at 70,000 RPM setting. It uses brushless technology, so there's no vibration, it's very smooth, and the air volume is much bigger. So what it means is basically it's going to push out more terahertz frequency into you. And the reason for setting 70,000 is, when it's blowing, you have this that filter, and then the muzzle in front where it's coming out. So anything above that, you have a noise, right? The air being sucked in and being blown out. So at 70,000, it's very smooth, quiet, works perfectly, and it's very powerful, right? It's way more powerful than the Pro. Okay? And the brushless technology also sees to it that there are no vibrations. Now, the next thing is it'll have a thermo-digital setting with 60 degrees as the setting 1 and 80 degrees as the setting 2. What does that mean? The moment you start, you have two settings. It works at 60 and 80. Now the 60, what they found out was at 60, the body, the reception of the heat is much better, and it allows a lot of things to work in the body. Even when you drink water, people have found that the water at around 60 degrees Celsius, so it works better in the body. So 60 degrees is the first setting, and 80 degrees is the second setting. Now the other difference is that with this, now what's happening is it is AI controlled. So when you set at 60 degrees, it remains at 60 plus minus 5 degrees above and below. So every time it goes up a little bit, it brings it down. Every time it goes down, it brings it up. So it maintains at that, all right? Whereas the other models, they are more where they are not AI controlled. So sometimes from device to device, they may differ in the amount of heat. But here, if you take two Pro Plus, they'll be doing the same thing. Okay? So the next thing is the lifespan is 5 times more than the Pro. In fact, we expected to give you a 10 years device lifespan. That's a long time, right? So people are going to love this. And it has an auto shutdown at 40 minutes, and you can immediately start to use it again. So using it at 40 minutes, it stops, and then you can just switch it on again and start using. All right. It is such, they've done such a way that you don't even have to let it cool down. Okay, it is designed as such. As I said, 40 minutes is enough. 20 to 30 minutes is fine. Okay, and it has improved safety, lifespan, and durability. So it has something where it has overheat, overcurrent, over voltage protection. It's using AI, so it controls everything, so you're well protected. The next thing is, it is smaller than the present Pro. It is lighter. It's about 813 grams or something like that. And it has got balanced weight. Now, if you look at the Pro presently, it's a bit heavier at the back. But now this device is balanced. The weight is balanced over the entire device. So when you're holding it, it's lighter. So now even the elderly, especially your parents or whoever is elderly, they're going to love it because it's lighter, more powerful, and they're going to see results much faster. And the casing will be more solid with improved heat resistance. Huh? And they're also giving you a 3-meter power cord, which is long, okay, much longer than present. And it is manufactured in a high-tech factory, and they also give you a memory function with preset mode recall. So if you're comfortable with certain settings, so it has that recall mode. And this factory, which is going to produce this device, is a high-tech factory which is famous, well-known, and is known for its quality products. All right. So this is what you're going to get when you buy the Pro Plus. So you're definitely going to get something which is way above what you're getting presently. And if you are thinking of buying a device, a blower, this is the Ferrari. This is the Ferrari of blowers. Okay, you are not going to get it anywhere else. Okay. Next thing is, we are just going to look. This is how it's going to look. And if you look, it's beautiful, smaller, in mold, and then with the settings. And you here you can see the heat which is showing you, all right? All everything digital. Okay. So this is how it's going to look. Now let's go to the next question. I was told to also drink charged water. How does charged water help? Now, I normally tell people that you should be drinking charged water from morning till night. Change from the normal water which you drink to charged water and see where it takes you. You're definitely going to be better. All right? When you charge the water, the clusters are broken and it easily enters the cells, bringing with it the terahertz charge, and your hydration level goes up. All right? So when the cells receive lots of water, they are well hydrated and charged. Now they are able to function optimally. Our problem now, the present, the people, two things which actually gives them the biggest problem. One is you do not have the energy from the food and water you're drinking, and the hydration level is low. So that's where the problem starts. Now, with this device, you can overcome that. And when they function optimally, they start bringing back the body to as best as they possibly can. All right? So it starts allowing your cells to work optimally. So the cells are intelligent cells where they know what to do when they have what they require. So now you're giving the cells what they require and they start working and they bring back your body to homeostasis, all right, and equilibrium. Now, this is when the person feels a relief and recovery. You see the changes. Okay, even inflammation, pain goes down very fast because now when you receive the hydration and the energy, the things work faster in your tissues and it brings about change even faster. Okay, the next thing is, when is a good time to drink? This is another thing which people ask. Anybody has any idea of when is a good time to drink? You should be drinking throughout the whole day. The moment you are getting up, morning, till the time you go to sleep. This should be your water. Should replace whatever you're drinking now. Carry on. If you are drinking coffee, you're drinking tea, you enjoy a cup of coffee or tea, carry on. But other than that, drink this water. Okay? You don't have to gulp it down, sip it. Every now and then, or even every hour or so, sip some water. Even the sipping changes a lot of things in the body. Right? It doesn't mean that you have to gulp down 500 ml or 1 liter. No, the sipping is already helping you. Okay? And every time you drink, it does something more for you. So even that sipping is doing more for your body. Okay? And can I use the water from my tap? What do you think? Yes, if it is clean and safe enough to drink. Okay, basically it is drinkable water. It doesn't matter where it comes from, but it must be drinkable water where it is safe for you. So any water which is clean and safe to drink can be used for this purpose, for charging. Okay, whether it's coming from the tap, from the filter, or bottled water. But the problem is, in not many countries can boast of clean water from the tap. Some of you, what you do is you boil the water. Boiling is fine, but what boiling does is it just kills the bacteria inside, right? So the other things, silt and some other dangerous minerals may still be there. Okay, so now many people what they do is they are getting filters. Okay, so just to remove whatever is unwanted, and it becomes even safer for you. Okay, now in a nutshell, what would you advise people? Okay, first thing is continue using the blower even though you may feel uncomfortable for some time initially. Now what's happening is working inside you. So that uncomfortable feeling is probably a healing reaction. It's not a side effect. Okay. Next thing is drink plenty of water, especially water charged by this device. Now, what I've been telling is target about 3 to 4 liters a day. You will definitely see big changes in your life. The next thing is chronic diseases come from accumulation over time. So give time to recuperate. That means you have a chronic problem, you do not expect it to disappear just like that suddenly. So as you use, it slowly starts clearing you and you get better and better and better. And you will see it over time. Next thing is recovery is different for different people. So no two people are the same. So recovery for you may be different from another person. All right. So don't compare yourself with another person. You are you. Okay. So be consistent and you'll see the changes. Let the body heal itself. Give it time. Okay. Now what this device does is it creates an environment where now the body can take over and starts healing itself. But you need to give it time because now it's working and it's slowly clearing things. Even if you have a construction site and you have a lot of waste there, the lorry has to go up and down to remove the whatever waste which has to be removed. It doesn't, it's not able to clear all at one time, right? Even if you have 5 lorries, they still need to go and come. So similarly, your body needs time to remove whatever is unwanted and heal itself. Okay, be patient. This is not a miracle, it is science. But by the will of God, miracles do happen. So also ask for his blessings. All right? So many people tell you, oh, it's a miracle. Actually, it's all science which looks like a miracle. And of course, miracles do happen. And you have to seek his blessings. The next thing is recently in your weekly talks, you have been mentioning a lot about how water can play an important role in our health. And even in your conclusion just now, you have mentioned about it. Can you please explain a little bit about it? Okay. First thing is, I've been emphasizing a lot about the importance of water to people's health. Even the basic water, people are not drinking, right? So what more with charged water? Now, what the charged water does is giving you double of what the normal water is. What it means is, the water needs to get into the cells to hydrate the cells. Now, when you use charged water, it works double. How? Now, if you have 2 liters of water, normal water, only about 1 liter is actually working for you. But when you charge the water, the entire, almost all 2 liters is working for you. So which is better, charging it or not charging it? Charge, and the entire water is going to work for you. The next thing is half of the problems people face begins with the lack of water they consume. People are not consuming enough water. That is the basic problem. And as you get older, it becomes even worse. Now, people are telling you that, when I drink more water, I'm peeing more often, I'm going to the toilet more often. Now, what happens is with the normal water, it does not do anything much to your system. So, the degeneration of the vessels of the whatever the thing is inside, so slowly it becomes worse, so it doesn't help. But with the charged water, what it does is it helps to recover. So give yourself a bit of time and you'll start recovering and you'll find that even going to the toilet becomes less. All right? So give it a go and you will find it. The next is people generally take drinking of water for granted. So sometimes they drink, sometimes they don't. And then they think that, if I drink coffee, I'm drinking tea, well, I'm also drinking water. Well, they work differently. Okay? Coffee, tea, yes. Many even doctors tell you, oh yes, you can take them, it's also part of the amount of water you're drinking, but they work differently. Now, what happens is, let me just explain a little bit. Now, from your mouth to the anus, although it is in your body, it is considered outside your body. So when you, let's say, drink coffee, now when it is inside your stomach or that channel, now it is considered outside your body. It has not gone in yet. Now, which is more viscous, thicker? The one where the coffee is or inside your body? All right, it's definitely going to be the inside of the body. So what happens is, in this scenario, the water from inside the body moves out to the coffee to bring equilibrium, balance. All right, so you're losing water. But when you drink plain water, what happens is, now the body is more viscous, inside the body is more viscous than in your stomach because it's plain water. So now the water from inside your stomach starts moving inside into your body. So you become more hydrated. And most people do not tell you this, all right? So, and with charged water is even better. It works marvelous, right? It's even better. Your body loves it. Okay, so most people end up being regularly dehydrated, and this creates havoc to their health without realizing it. They think that, oh, it's just water. As long as I drink 2 cups, 3 cups, fine. I am drinking water. It's not enough, right? When the doctor gives you pills and tells you you must take two in the morning, two at night, everybody follows. But when it comes to water, they take it for granted. They do not drink. So start drinking throughout the day. You don't have to gulp. You just sip and see the change it brings to your health. Okay? And they should start putting a little more importance to their water intake. Okay? Consciously think, I must drink throughout the day. It will change you. Okay. Next is, when we talk about water intake, what would you suggest? Okay. Now they can drink any water which they are comfortable with as long as it is drinkable water. Second thing is, water from their water filters, taps, or even water bought outside should be clean and safe for them. Next thing is, the most important thing is that this water should find its way into our cells in abundance, fully hydrating them. And this happens with charged water. So you have something in your hand, something marvelous. And what are you waiting for? Right? Start drinking the charged water. Give it to your loved one, with your family, your children. It changes everything. Huh? We'll talk more about what happens when we have the time. Now, can you explain a little bit more about this water? We're talking a lot about water. Generally, the water which we have been drinking is in cluster form and void of energy. It's a fact. You can take the water and you can test it. This is what it is. The results in our cells, this results in our cells not being able to function optimally. They may become inert or dormant, and this gives rise to various health problems over a period of time. And by using the iTeraCare device and drinking the iTeraCare charged water, the water becomes unclustered and energized. And this makes the cells become active and they begin to start functioning optimally immediately. And it also now allows more oxygen to be brought in. When you have the energy, when you have the hydration, you start getting more oxygen. All right? And oxygen is definitely important for the cells of your body. Okay? And this is what makes the body regain its health. Okay? It changes people. Okay. Are you saying that the iTeraCare device actually helps the body recover its health? No, the iTeraCare device or the terahertz energy doesn't recover your health as per se. Why? Because it creates an environment and now the body takes over and it starts healing itself. Because all this while it has been waiting, right? What happens is that they create the conditions necessary for the cells in our body to function optimally again. So now the body recovers its health naturally. Because, if you want to drive a car, you can give the engine, engine oil, brake oil, and everything else, and the battery is working. But the most important thing is the petrol. When you have the petrol, you fill the petrol, the car can move. Similarly, for the body, you need the energy and the hydration for it to function effectively. So everything else you put in comes after that. Okay? And as Hippocrates mentioned 25 centuries ago, natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. So what we are doing is to get those natural forces going again. Huh? We're making them start working again. So now the body is able to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, so with that, I hope you have got a better understanding of what you have. You have a beautiful device. Use the device and also charge the water. It changes everything. All right, and it is going to help you.